What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you will not regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see an email address. That right there is strictly for you guys to contact me personally, my subscribers, whether you want to just drop me a personal message or you want to just give a video idea or just a story that you think I haven't seen and you want me to cover. By all means, you can use this email address and I'll get back to you. Also, over here is where you guys can send personal letters and mail and stuff like that. A lot of people have been asking about it. You will send it here. Over here is my Cash App. That those the donations that go to the Cash App go a long way. I'm planning a trip to Memphis, and it'll be later on this month. And this will go to things like security and making sure I can get a place that can house enough people and just create a safe environment for everybody who comes up to show their support and love. But let me get into the story real quick. I'm tongue tied. But basically we've been covering the Scorpion unit for a while. And they've been doing stuff. I've done videos about they have a long history of brutalizing people and just all kind of mess they've been doing in the community. And they'll see their day in court with justice, but some justice has started to be done. And I'm gonna let you look at this clip that just came out, and it's from ABC 24 News in Memphis. Shout out to them. And it's showing that the wheels of justice somewhat are starting to roll in other cases besides the one that's pending court date. So check it out, and I'll come back with my views on it.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Pepper Baker. Tonight, developments in cases involving MPD's Scorpion unit. Attorneys say some of their dockets are getting shorter.
Yeah, the Shelby County DA keeps reviewing past cases involving the unit, now disbanded after the death of Tyree Nichols.
And 5 officers within that unit were charged in Nichols' death and several others disciplined.
Brittany Moncrief is live at MPD's Appling Station with an update on the cases those officers were involved in. And Brittany, we're already starting to see the ramifications, aren't we?
That's right, Richard and Pepper. It was predicted by many that there could be some changes to outcomes of past investigations. And we spoke with 3 Memphis lawyers who say already they've had cases changed as a result of the DA's review. It's a long process of backtracking.
We have gone back and reviewed all of our cases that involve the Scorpion team.
Lawyers such as Claiborne Ferguson started reviewing past cases involving the Scorpion unit, in particular, the same 5 officers charged in Tyree Nichols' death. That review is also happening on a high level at the Shelby County District Attorney's Office. The outcome.
In my experience is those cases are getting either dismissed or significantly reduced plea officer being made.
Other lawyers, like Murray Wells, see a similar pattern. Montarius Harris is suing the city after claiming days before Tyree's death, he was beaten by the same 5 officers charged. His attorney, Jared Spence, says his client's pending charge is now dropped. In a statement, Spence said, the city of Memphis, Shelby County have thankfully and justifiably dropped the charges against Mr. Harris.
You cannot possibly put any of these officers on the stand to testify about arrests they made. And it doesn't matter necessarily whether it was a good arrest or a bad arrest, because at the end of the day, they are subject to cross-examination.
That's where the issue lies.
100% credibility issue. When you put those officers on the stand, they're going to have to admit they've been charged with murder in the course of their duties, and their credibility is going to go out the window.
Unless
if they can find other officers that were involved, they may be able to move forward.
Still, Murray does not see any of these 5 officers taking the stand for other cases.
I don't think that those officers, defense lawyers, would allow them to testify because now they are giving testimony under oath, which potentially could be used in their own case against them.
We asked Mayor Jim Strickland about cases being dismissed or reduced last week. He says,
I did not know, but that's in the criminal justice arena.
An arena where defense lawyers say they'll take the win.
Good news for the clients, maybe it's bad news for the community. I'm glad they're looking at it this fast. I think that justice demands a quick examination.
Now, we did reach out to the DA's office. They said they could not comment on any individual cases, but can speak just in general as to why cases like these might be dropped. Now, Attorney Murray says this could be a long process as more officers are disciplined. And while many may not face charges, any disciplinary action could be enough to go back and review cases involving other officers as well. Live in Northeast Memphis, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's real good news. You know, they're starting to overturn some of these cases. The young man that you seen in the video, I did a story on him and what they did to him. He had a gun charge. You know, we had spoke about that. They found a gun on him, ran down on him, beat the hell out of him and all this other crap. And now they just subsequently just got rid of the gun charge and everything. And that's a huge charge to drop. But I hope he still pursues, you know, civil action, because it was bloodshed. They bust his mouth and hurt him and stuff. So I hope he don't just stop at that. You know, and I hope he hears me. I hope you don't stop at that, young brother. You keep moving forward with this, because there's going to be a lot of civil lawsuits and stuff like that. And you push this all the way to the letter, because they'll push it with you when they convict us of crimes. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is this. Did you see Jim Strickland? I didn't know this was happening. It's like he never knows nothing. You never know nothing. It's like, bro, you don't watch the news at all? You don't see some of the crazy stuff? Look, I've been covering Memphis for a little while now. Like, some of the stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, yo, if I was CJ Davis or the mayor, I'd be like, yo, what's going on here? Why are we not trying to get this under control? Because you got to understand something. A lot of times, crime is repetitive. Somebody see somebody get away with a crime, all of a sudden, damn, they got away with it. I'll get away with it. It goes, I mean, that's how it is. And it's like you act like you don't see the news. And it's like, you know, you see the city has a problem with crime. The crime rate was going up. CJ, what are you doing? Nobody's saying nothing. But we'll get back to this. But check it out. One thing that stood out to me was all these arrests, like I said, they got to let people go. You know why? These cops are discredited. They got their own pending investigation. Think about it. You think about what the DA's office said and these lawyers. They can't even get on the stand and testify against a case on somebody that's suing the city or whatever, because they're discredited. They're already on that list. I forgot the name of the list. They on that list for dirty cops. You can't even come to court. And then you can't get cross-examined because they're going to bring up the Tyree Nichols situation. They're going to let, you see what the guy said? We're starting to let a lot of people go, or people are taking plea deals of lesser charges. And I guarantee you those plea deals are considerably less, because this whole thing is a mess. They create these 5 officers, and the rest of the Scorpion unit created a big mess in the city of Memphis, led by CJ Davis. Yeah, she ain't off the hook. You know, I'm going to come at her. You know what I mean? She's sitting there, oh, we didn't know to look at the cameras and all this stuff. And you know, I'm thinking, I'm being honest, guys. I'm thinking, you know, I did that story on East Cleveland. Now, I don't know how long that investigation was going on, but you know, things happen in spurts. Now, it's unfortunate what happened to Tyree Nichols, but you gotta think about this. The rest of the United States is watching this case closely in Memphis with the Scorpion team, and they want to see how this thing turns out. I'm thinking, honestly, I don't know, but I mean, it's a pretty good chance that, hey, when they was bringing up the issue with the body cams, East Cleveland probably was like, hey, man, let's look at our body cams. And a lot of other states are looking at it, and counties. Hey, let's look at these body cams. Because the way I'm looking at it, and I might be wrong, somebody correct me if they know more about law enforcement than me. I'm just speaking with just my eye. It seemed like ever since the body cam thing came out, it's the new thing now. You're starting to see all kind of crazy stuff on body cams. All these body cams are coming out, showing people getting tore up. Old news is starting to come back out. I was going to do a couple of stories, and I'm like, this thing like a year old, but they like trying to show it like it's new news. And it's like, with what happened to Tyree Nichols, if that didn't happen with Tyree Nichols, would the East Cleveland thing still be going on? Because nobody thought to investigate the cameras. Because it seems like to me, the way CJ Davis was saying it, like when they turn these cameras in, the cameras, you know, the information is supposed to be logged into a big database, and people are both supposed to be watching them. Who was watching them? These guys, and the reason why I say that, I don't think they checked them body cams for a while, because these guys was running around with reckless abandon, just doing whatever they want to do to people. And you know your camera's on. And they probably like, we got it like that out here because, we probably know the people that watch the camera. And they know somebody else. And man, they was just running roughshod, like I said before. And it's a damn shame. But listen, they running down on people doing illegal search and seizure. You just walking down the street, hey, come here. And they just beat the shit out of you. Don't find nothing on y'all. We was only playing like they did the dude with the pizza. Scaring the hell out and putting the gun in his face and stuff. Oh, we was only playing. Once they find something is not right. You don't go around scaring the hell out of people and punching the shit out of them. That ain't playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they really put a stain on the city. And to avoid these lawsuits, they want to let a lot of people go. They can't go back in court and say what they said because they already proven that they're liars. So a lot of people are going to be getting let out. And that's good news, man, because I know for a fact when I was locked up, everybody in jail wasn't in there, for doing something. I've seen people do drug raids, and I've seen people walk down the street and they just grab them, lock them up, and now they caught up in the case with somebody else. They might not come out to like 3 weeks to 3 months later, sometimes 6 months. And I'm like, yo, they grabbed this dude. He ain't got nothing to do. And you can have bystanders like, yo, he was walking down the street. And they'll tell you to shut your mouth. They just want to have a whole bunch of people to make it look like they're doing their job. And that's one of them things. Like I was talking to a young lady last night who contacted me in my Gmail account. And we talked for about 40 minutes. And she was talking about something. I was like, it does make sense. It's a lot of people out here where, like videos where people plant drugs on you and all that stuff, because they was doing that a lot, especially when the war on drugs started in the late 80s. They were putting drugs on people like it was crazy. And the thing is, I want to do a video on that and just talk about some of the stuff that's going on to where, like I told you, the thing with Kamala Harris and the George Floyd bill, that will never pass because what they're going to have to do, lay off a lot of police. And then the police that are still there, right? If the crime goes down, right? We'll just say it like this. If crime went down, police would want to what? Keep their jobs instead of getting laid off because there wouldn't be enough crime. So what would they do? They would create crime. By what? Planting drugs on you and doing other kind of stuff. So you always got to be cognizant of that. This is not just about firing police and getting justice and all this stuff, but these people going to fight for these positions they in. And it's like, yeah, they do a lot of crazy stuff, but there has to be some type of cap on the ability of law that they can use, because it seems like they just doing a lot of crazy stuff because they know a little bit of loopholes and guidelines, and they do it against people that they know are not going to pursue them on a legal, level. So it's something to think about, but it's good that, people are starting to get released and they are looking in these cases, and the rest of the world is watching, especially in the United States. But I hope it just doesn't stop in Memphis. A lot of places need to, start looking at these body cams and really getting on these officers' asses about acting uncivilized under the color of law, especially places like New York, Jersey, California. Well, Oakland's part of California. You guys know where these places are. Memphis, they're doing it now. And they really need to take heed to this because, this stuff got to stop. This stuff got to stop. Ohio as well. I forgot to mention Ohio. But listen, guys, man, I got crazy love for y'all. I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. I appreciate my subscribers. You guys know that. And I'm happy to be back on here. Like I said, March 25th, the Memphis meet and greet. The time and the date is already on there. You see it right here. The time and the place will be determined. Now, I got the place already, but the time I'm trying to set up and rearrange because I'm trying to rent. I got to rent this place for a couple of hours. So I'm trying to set that up. That's why you keep seeing to be determined. But the place is already set up. And I'll drop that right before I leave sometime next week. But guys, man, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.